Hello, everyone, and welcome out to Irvine, California for today's matchup featuring your Orange County Riptide and the Academy Barons. Yet another beautiful evening for baseball is upon us, an all blue sky, breeze blowing towards the right side. Let's play some ball. On the mound today for Orange County, the returning Riptide, Colin Townsend.
Now batting, second baseman, Trent Anderson.
Townsend has thrown a complete 5 innings for the Riptide and has yet to surrender a run. We'll go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for the Academy Barons. Who come into the ballgame hitting sitting last in the CCL standings with a 1-2 record. The Riptide at the top with a 4-2 record. Leading things off, Trent Anderson batting second, Shani Ortiz. As the pitch is on the outer half for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Basil Williams hits third. Jalen Hurd hits fourth. Christian Poche hits fifth. That's a comebacker. Townsend is there. He'll flip on over to Caleb Denny, 1 away. Christian Lucio hits sixth.
Now batting, DH, Shani Ortiz.
Kendall Perez hits seventh. Alante Hall hits 8th. Masai Dorsey hits 9th. Defensively for your Orange County Riptide, at third base we have Blake Evans, at shortstop Carson Matthews. At second base, Blake Evans. At first base, Caleb Denny. In left field, Michael Peabody. In center, Connor Obi. In right field, Dylan Rock. Behind the plate, Josh Solomon. And on the mound, Colin Townsend. No balls and 2 strikes to count here to Shani Ortiz. Trent Anderson opened up the ballgame with a comebacker to the pitcher. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. Evans is there, smothering stop to his feet. Throw across the diamond. Nice play.
Now batting, center fielder, Basil Williams.
Basil Williams digs in now. As I mentioned earlier, the Riptide sitting at the top of the CCL standings. A 4-2 league record. The Academy Barons sitting at the bottom with a 1-2 league record. Bun has shown them pulled back below the knees according to the home plate umpire, 1-0. The right-hander delivers, pitches swung on and missed. Count even at 1. Basil Williams out of Mississippi State University. The 1-1 pitch is a chopper towards the right side. High bounce over the glove of Caleb Denny into right field for a 2-out single.
Now batting, first baseman, Jalen Hurd.
That'll bring up Jalen Hurd, the cleanup hitter for the Barons. No score, just getting started. Top half of the first inning. The Orange County Riptide and the Academy Barons scoring off for the second time this season. The Barons lead the season series 1-0. Christian Poche awaits on deck. Townsend on the mound for the Riptide. Looks down the barrel to get a sign. The tall right-hander delivers the pitch on a platter for a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. There goes the runner. Pitch is in the dirt. Josh Solomon swallows it up. 1 ball and 1 strike. So we always credit Clemente Bonilla for being very aggressive on the base paths. But quite frankly, a few games into the season, it seems like our opposition as a whole is very aggressive. So I guess it's something that's quite popular amongst the coaches here in the CCL. A lot of stolen base attempts. Therefore, you want to make sure that you have a good arm behind the plate. You want to make sure that your pitchers on the mound are keeping the base runners close. It's 1-2 strikes to Jalen Hurd. The right-hander delivers. Pitch is fanned out and missed for strike 3. The Barons strand 1 at second as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. No score. To the bottom half of the first inning we go. No score from Irvine, California. On the mound today for the Barons, J.P. Massey, a right-handed pitcher out of Chicago, Illinois. 6'4", 165 pounds, a good size on him for sure. We'll go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for your Orange County Riptide. Leading things off and at the plate, Carson Matthews hitting second, Blake Evans. Hitting third, Connor Obi. Hitting cleanup, Dylan Rock. Hitting fifth, Andre Antone. Hitting sixth, Caleb Denny. Hitting seventh, Josh Solomon. Hitting eighth, the designated hitter is that shot towards the left side off the diving glove of the third baseman for an infield single. Nice attempt there by Christian Poche.
University, number 15, Blake Evans.
Hitting ninth, Michael Peabody. Defensively for the Barons. At first base, Jalen Hurd. At second base, Trent Anderson. At shortstop, Masai Dorsey. At third base, Christian Poche. In left field, Kendall Pettis. In center field, Basil Williams. In right field, Christian Lucille. Behind the plate, Alante Hall. And on the mound, of course, J.P. Massey. Massey out of the University of Minnesota. Blake Evans at the plate. He has runner aboard at first. Fastball on the outer half. It's called a strike. Lenient call there to say the least. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Big right-hander looks down the barrel to get a sign. Throw back over towards first. At Minnesota in 2019, Massey on the mound had a 5.40 ERA. Made 15 appearances. Pitch is way outside for a ball. It's now 1-2. Massey gets the sign. Blake Evans at the plate. Throw back over. Connor Robia waits on deck for the Riptide. No score, just getting started. Bottom half of the first inning. We have a slight breeze blowing out towards right field. We'll see if it plays a factor throughout the game. Pitch is tipped back towards the netting. Looks like now we have 2 bat boys for the Orange County Riptide. Well, that's good news for Ryder, our buddy down there, because I can assure you he was definitely breaking a sweat as that is a ground ball towards the right side. The second baseman flips to second for 1. The shortstop will hold it.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Roby.
Connor Roby steps in now. Roby hitting .250 on the season. Takes a called strike on the outer half of the plate. Throw back over towards first. J.P. Massey making sure to keep Carson Matthews close. The 0-1 is slapped foul towards the right side and out of play. Leading the team in home runs is Caleb Denny, but he is also tied with Andre Antone. Or check that, it's Caleb Denny and Connor Aoki, actually. They each have 2. Throw back over once again. Time is called on the field. Massey releasing some of the dirt off his cleats. Here's the 0-2. Slider on the outer half. One ball and 2 strikes, 1 man down. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Inside fastball and high. 2-2. Connor Roby at the plate. Dylan Aronk awaits on deck. No score, bottom half of the first inning. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the Orange County Riptide. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 3.
Now batting from UT San Antonio, number 22, Dylan Rock.
The cleanup hitter, Dylan Rock, with a runner aboard on first base and 2 men down. Rock is hitting a solid .423 to start off the season. 26 at-bats, 11 hits, 8 of those hits singles, and 3 of those hits doubles. Leading the team in RBIs is Connor Aoki. Pitch just misses the outside black. 1 ball and no strikes. Andre Antone in the 5-hole awaits on deck for Orange County. Massey takes a look over towards first. Misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. We'll do it again at 2-0. The tall right-hander from Minnesota delivers a nice slider. Good movement, good location as well on the pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carson Matthews opened up the inning with an infield single. It was a chopper towards the left side. Blake Evans then grounded into a fielder's choice. Connor Roby struck out. Here's the 2-1. There goes the runner. Outside pitch. Stolen base for Blake Evans. Looks like the ball got stuck in the catcher's mitt, preventing him of making an attempt down towards second base. Three balls and 1 strike to count to Dylan Rock. Massey takes a peek towards second, settles back in. 3-2 pitch, apparently. It swung on for strike 3. We had 3-1 on the scoreboard, so I guess it was actually a full count. We'll head to the top half of the second inning, no score. It'll be Christian Poche, Christian Lucio, and Kendall Pettis this half inning for the Academy Barons. Colin Townsend on the mound for Orange County. He hits the outer black. It's called a strike, 0-1. Same location, same result, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 3 pitches, 1 down. Throw it around the horn, Josh Solomon. Second strikeout of the evening for Colin Townsend. Christian Lucille steps into the plate. Townsend delivers a pitch, ripped towards the right side, foul. Kendall Pettis awaits on deck for the Barons. It's no balls and 1 strike. It's now 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Townsend out of San Juan Capistrano, California. He attended J. Serra High School. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Christian Lucille. The big right-hander gets the sign. Joshua Solomon behind the plate for the Riptide. Inside fastball, throw it around the horn. Josh Solomon, back-to-back Ks to open up things here in the top half of the 2nd inning.
Now batting left fielder Kendall Pettis.
Bunt is shown, pulled back, taken for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes. Townsend delivers. Outside. Caught a strike, 1-1. Ground ball towards the right side. Blake Evans is there. He so gracefully brings it in, throws over to first. Easy 1-2-3 for Colin Townsend. Bottom of the 2nd inning. Still no score. The number 5 hitter in the lineup for the Orange County Riptide leads things off here in the bottom half of the second inning. We are scoreless from Orange County Great Park Stadium in Irvine, California. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Andre Antone. He's out of Laguna Niguel, California. He's a big guy indeed. 6'5", 235 pounds. He takes a pitch on the outer half. It's called a strike, 1-1. There's been a lot of calls throughout this ballgame that I disagree with, especially those on the outer half. Well, you've just got to appreciate the fact that the umpire's been consistent and calling those for both sides. As this is ripped towards right center field, it'll split the gap and roll against the wall. Andre Antone opens up bottom half of the second inning with a stand-up double.
Now batting from the University of Arkansas, number 14, Caleb Denny.
Caleb Denny at the plate. Has Antone aboard at second base. Antone reached on a double. Denny takes an outside slider for a strike. 0-1. Joshua Solomon, the catcher, awaits on deck for the Riptide. In the hole, Antonio Cruz. 2 hits in the ball game for Orange County. This pitch is taken in the dirt. It evens up the count at 1-1. Right-hander delivers off the end of the bat towards the left side. The third baseman gives chase, but he'll run out of room. It's out of play. No score, bottom half of the second inning. 2 hits in the ball game for Orange County, 1 hit in the ball game for the Academy Barons. The Academy Barons play at the MLB Youth Academy in Compton, California. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Count is even at 2-2. As I mentioned earlier this season, I feel like the Academy Barons have the second best stadium in the CCL. And also I mentioned that evening in particular that they are funded by Major League Baseball. So you definitely expect, quality as the pitch is swung on and missed in the dirt. Throw down towards first base. Catches Denny, 1 away.
Now batting from Columbia University, number 4, Josh Solomon.
From Columbia University, Josh Solomon steps into the plate. He's out of Mission Viejo, California, 6'3", 200 pounds, also out of Capistrano Valley High School. Takes a pitch way outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Antonio Cruz awaits on deck for the Riptide. Antone aboard at second base. He reached on a double. J.P. Massey delivers. Slapped foul and out of play. The Orange County Riptide are enjoying a 3-game winning streak. They are 5-3-1 overall. 4-2 in league play. The Slow Blues have the most amount of games played this season. They've played a total of 15. 10 of those were non-league matchups. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Joshua Solomon out of Columbia University. Massey gets the sign. The 1-2 pitch hit out towards right field. Slicing down the line. Kendall Pettis unable to make the play. It hit off the right field fence in foul territory. It's 1-2 strikes to Joshua Solomon. One man down in the inning. Caleb Denny struck out in the last at-bat.
Looked like there were more people here last night. Brought a lot. I think DJ brought a whole bunch of his fans here.
1-2 the count. Massey gets the sign. The right-hander delivers. Outside fastball. Massey takes a peek towards second, comes back to the plate. Slider way outside. Nice stop there by Alante Hall behind the plate today for the Barons. Cruz on the on-deck circle. We see a right-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Barons. The full count pitch. Oh, that's a good one. Slider on the outer half, and Josh Solomon is there looking pretty. 2 men down.
Now batting from Rice University, number 1, Antonio Cruz.
From Rice University, Antonio Cruz at the plate. Cruz is out of Houston, Texas. He's 6 feet tall, 197 pounds. Inside fastball. 2-0 the count. Travis Lavendier getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Academy Barons. Inside fastball at the belt. 3-0 the count to Antonio Cruz. Michael Peabody awaits on deck for the Riptide. Antone remains on second base. He opened up the bottom half of the second inning with a stand-up double. 3-1 now the count. Alante Haw doing a nice job of framing the last pitch. Cruz grounds this one towards the left side. The shortstop is there. Throw over to first, and the inning is over. The Riptide strand one at second base as we head towards the top half of the third. No score. Alante Hall digs in now for the Academy Barons to open things up here in the top half of the third inning. Townsend remains on the mound, inside fastball. Hall is committed to Arkansas. Attended Blue Springs South High School. He's 6 feet tall, 183 pounds. One and one pitch is on the outer half, called a strike, 1-2. Alante Hall not fond of the last call. He looked back at the home plate umpire, but nothing came out of his mouth. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Townsend delivers. Slapped foul towards the opposite side and out of play. 3 strikeouts in the game for Colin Townsend. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Pitch shot runs inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score, top half of the third inning. Townsend delivers. The count is full, 3-2. The full count pitch. Looked good from here. It seems like the entire ball game, the home plate umpire had been giving Colin Townsend that pitch on the outer half. He thought otherwise this last time up for Alante Hall. Some scores around the CCL. The Arroyo Seco Saints are in front of the Santa Barbara Foresters 2-1 in the top half of the fourth inning. And also in the NBA, Toronto, the Raptors are ahead of the Warriors 60-57 heading into halftime. If you may remember in yesterday's game, Ryan Farron mentioned that he thought the Warriors were going to come back, extended all the way to Game 7, and crowned themselves champions for the 3rd time in a row. Throw back over towards first. Tag applied at the shoulders of Hall. Not in time. Good aggressive play there by Josh Solomon behind the plate. So we'll see if the Raptors can hold it up and win their first NBA championship, making some more sports history. Yesterday in particular, the St. Louis Blues defeated the Boston Bruins to win their first Stanley Cup. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Hit off the end of the bat towards right center field. It'll drop in for a single on his way towards third, and he'll get there. Standing is Alante Hall. Masai Dorsey just hit that one off the end of the bat. It was a tough play for the center fielder, Connor Olby. Alante Hall took advantage of the momentum at which the ball was hit and made it all the way towards third base. Trent Anderson now at the plate. He hit a comebacker to open up the ballgame in the top half of the first inning. Slapped foul towards the left side. In other sports news, Shohei Ohtani hit for the cycle today against the Tampa Bay Rays. That is quite impressive considering the fact that he is also a pitcher. So you're telling me he can rake on the mound and also hit for the cycle? He was definitely worth the money that the Angels spent on him. No balls and 1 strike. Trent Anderson at the plate. Alante Hall leads off a third. And Masai Dorsey leads off a first. Here's the 0-1. Pitch out. Nothing doing. No score. Top half of the third inning. No men down. Hall walked to open up the inning, pardon me. Masai Dorsey then singled, advancing Hall all the way to third. Here's the 1-1 pitch, slapped foul towards the left side and out of play. Once again, we are quite grateful to have you join us for today's broadcast of OC Riptide Baseball. We always appreciate your viewership. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Trent Anderson at the plate. Shani Ortiz waits on deck for the Barons. Townsend gets the sign. Big right-hander delivers ground ball towards the right side and into right field for a base hit. On his way towards third is Masai Dorsey. The throw is cut off. 1-0 ball game in favor of the Barons.
Now batting, number 7, Shani Ortiz.
Shani Ortiz steps in. And the situation remains the same for the young kid. Runners on the corners, no men down. 1-0 ball game in favor of the Academy Barons. Righty on lefty matchup. Shani Ortiz grounded out towards third base his first time up. Another pitch out. Nothing doing once again. Basil Williams awaits on deck for the Academy. The corners playing in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside and in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes.
Do they have 3 hits this inning or a walk and 2 hits?
2 hits, 1 hit left. 1 walk, 2 hits.
I got it right.
The 2-0 from Colin Townsend. Hit towards the right side. Into right field. A base hit. Another run comes in to score. Back-to-back RBI singles. Puts the Barons ahead 2-0 in the the top half of the third.
Now batting, number 23, Basil Williams.
Basil Williams steps in. No movement in the bullpen yet for the Riptide. Jalen Hurd awaits on deck. Pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Townsend in desperate need of an out. He would love to induce a ground ball to force 2. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Basil Williams, who singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Townsend delivers. That's taken for a ride towards right field. Dylan Rock is there. The runner will surely tag. Throw down towards third. Rock's got a cannon, but not in time. Two men down with runners on the corners for Jalen Hurd.
Now batting, number 39, Jalen Hurd.
Hurd struck out his first time up. Hurd out of Olympia Fields, Illinois. Bluff from the runner off first base, nothing more. 1 ball and no strikes. Christian Poche awaits on deck. It's a 2-0 ball game here in the top half of the third inning. RBI singles off the bat of Trent Anderson and Shani Ortiz, giving the Barons the lead. It's now 2-0. Three hits and a walk this half inning for the Academy. The 2-0 pitch, ripped towards the left side. It hugs the line and stays fair. 1-1 comes in to score. Shani Ortiz rounds the bag. He's on his way home. The throw to the plate. Tag applied at the legs, but not in time. Bases clearing double, 4-0 in favor of the Barons.
Now batting, number 13, Christian O'Shea.
Jalen Hurd ripped this one down the left field line. It stayed fair. Drove in two for the academy. Now there'll be a meeting on the mound between the pitching coach and his battery. We see an arm getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide, and while things unravel, we'll take a short break. Christian Pochet at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Andrew Davis getting loose and warm in the bullpen for your Orange County Riptide. Christian Lucille waits on deck. Colin Townsend still not out of trouble. That's flown out towards center field. Connor Obi is there. 2 men down.
Now batting, number 5, Christian Lucio.
Christian Lucille struck out his first time up. 3 strikeouts on the evening for Colin Townsend. He has surrendered 4 runs with 5 hits. Townsend was a part of the Riptide organization last year. Pitch is fouled back towards the netting. No balls and 1 strike to count to Christian Lucille. Kendall Pettis waits on deck for the academy. 4 runs have come in to score this half inning for the Barons. RBI single to Trent Anderson. RBI single to Shani Ortiz. 2 RBI double to Jalen Hurd. Hit out towards left field. Michael Peabody going back. He'll make the play and he'll put an end to the bleeding. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. Let's get some hits. Let's get some runs. Let's get back into the game. 4-0 in favor of the Barons. New pitcher on the mound for the Barons. That is Travis Lavendier. He's 6'2", 225 pounds, a freshman out of Lancaster, California, and Lancaster High School.
Lancaster up in the desert.
Pitch runs back inside to hit Michael Peabody.
That's the first pitch he's seen all season.
And, of course, on the first pitch he sees all season, a nice little welcome here to the CCL. Carson Matthews now at the plate. He opened up the ball game in the bottom half of the first inning with a single. Blake Evans awaits on deck for the Riptide. 4-0 ball game here in the bottom half of the third inning. Popped up towards the left side, out of play. Everyone back to their original positions. Nothing showing here.
That's a new pitcher. Did you notice that?
Yeah, we did. Travis Lavendier.
5 hits, 4 runs for the Barons. 2 hits, no runs for the Riptide. The Riptide come into the game with a league record of 4-2. The Academy Barons, a league record of 1-2. It's now 0-2. Right-hander sets, delivers the 0-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. Trickles past Alante Hall behind the plate. On his way down towards second base is Michael Peabody.
Couple runs will be okay.
Carson Matthews now with a runner in scoring position at second. The Riptide looking to chip away at this deficit before it gets too late. Still a lot of baseball to be played. We're in the bottom of the third inning. That's a chopper foul towards the left side. Evans on deck. Connor Olby in the hole. Andrew Davis continues to warm up in the bullpen for the Riptide. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball in the dirt. Nice stop by Alante Hall. That's hit out towards left center field. Basil Williams makes the play. 1 man down. Michael Peabody remains on second base.
Now batting from Georgia Southern University, number 15, Blake Evans.
Lavendier pitching yesterday's game against the Conejo Oaks. 6.75 ERA on the season with 5 walks through 2 2/3 innings. Blake Evans now at the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Connor Olby on deck for the Tide. 4-0 ball game, bottom half of the third inning. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the Orange County Riptide. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's now 1-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball on the outer half. Good looking pitch. Taken for a ball nonetheless. Lavendier delivers high fastball. Stays upstairs. It's 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lavender delivers the pitch. Hit out towards left center field. Basil Williams plays it in. 2 men down. Connor Olby with the last opportunity here in the bottom half of the third inning to cash in a run for the Orange County Riptide. Michael Peabody aboard at second base. Carson Matthews and Blake Evans had an opportunity to cash him in, but both of them came up empty. Connor Olby, your turn, buddy. Olby struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Inside pitch that stays high. 1 ball and no strikes. A much more laid-back ambiance for today's ball game. Not as large of a crowd as there was last night. Hit out towards right field. Going back, Kendall Pettis slicing towards the line. It'll fall in fair. 1 run comes in to score for the Tide. On his way towards third, Connor Olby to the throw down. Not in time. And they're saying to throw the ball back towards first base. Did Olby miss the bag? Apparently not. Several players poured out the Academy Barons dugout, yelling at their third baseman to throw the ball towards first. Now the manager of the Barons heads out to have a talk with the home plate umpire. They'll go ahead and have a discussion, this time with the man in charge of third base. Well, everything remains the same here in Irvine, California. The original call stands
Number 22, Dylan Rock.
as Dylan Rock digs in with a runner on third base, 2 men down, in a 4-1 ball game against the Academy Barons. Rock struck out his first time up. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. Lavender on the mound for the Barons. This one's poked into right field for a single. The Riptide cut the deficit in half to 2.
A few crooked numbers up there.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 30, Andre Anton.
We could tie it up.
We don't have to try and do it all in one inning if we can. It's very, big lot.
Andre Anton steps into the box. He's a big guy, so he is surely capable of putting us right back into the ball game and tying things up for the Riptide with 1 swing of the bat. Lavender delivers. Big fastball swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. Anton doubled his first time up. Caleb Denny awaits on deck for the Tide. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Academy Barons. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Orange County Riptide. Pitch is swung on and missed. It's now 0-2. Andre Anton out of UC Irvine.
Concentrate, just trying to hit the ball now.
Lavender gets the sign, delivers the pitch. High fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. A very disappointing and frustrating at-bat for sure for Anton. But the Riptide get 2. We'll take it. Top of the 4th. 4-2 in favor of the Barons. CCL standings. So here we are at the top.
Number
We're doing
15.
good, Don.
Heather.
We're there for now. It's a righty-on-righty matchup. One ball and no strikes to Kendall Pettis. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Two balls and one strike. Alonte Hall awaits on deck. Masai Dorsey in the hole. Ripped towards the left side and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Andrew Davis now on the mound for the Orange County Riptide. Short outing for Colin Townsend. Currently on the hook for the loss, but by the looks of things, maybe we'll get him a no decision. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn. Josh Solomon, 1 away.
Now batting, number 26, Alonte Hall.
Alonte Hall walked his first time up in the 3rd inning. He then came around to score. Masai Dorsey awaits on deck for the Barons. One ball and no strikes. Davis gets the sign, fouls it back towards the netting. Andrew Davis out of Texas Tech University delivers a high fastball that swung on and missed. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Masai Dorsey awaits on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn. Josh Solomon. Back-to-back strikeouts to open up the business for Andrew Davis.
Now batting, number 3, Masai Dorsey.
Now Masai Dorsey steps into the plate. Dorsey singled and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Pitch is fouled towards the right side. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now. Trent Anderson awaits on deck. The 1-1 on the outer half for strike 2. So Andrew Davis 1 strike away from striking out the side. The big right-hander delivers high fastball. Masai Dorsey holds. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. Good morning, good evening, good night. 3 strikeouts for Andrew Davis. To the bottom of the 4th we go. 4-2. Riptide. I'm kidding. Barons. Bottom half of the fourth inning, Denny gets hit on the waist.
Now batting from Columbia University, number 4, Josh Solomon.
The catcher, Josh Solomon, now at the plate. Solomon struck out his first time up. That's a high fastball taken. 1 ball and no strikes. There goes the runner. Pitcher swung on and missed. Rode down towards second. Tag applied at the leg, but not in time. Stolen base for Caleb Denny. Antonio Cruz waits on deck. Fastball on the inner half. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Trevor Suck getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Barons. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch runs inside, caught a strike anyways. It's even at 2-2. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It hits off the catcher's mitt, not far enough for the runner on second to advance. The count is now full 3-2. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
Now batting from Rice University, number 1, Antonio Cruz.
Antonio Cruz now at the plate. Cruz grounded to shortstop his first time up. Pitch is fouled away. No balls and 1 strike the count. 4-2 ball game here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. 5 runs, 4 hits for the Barons. 4 runs, 2 hits for the Tide. The 0-1 is in there for a strike. It's now 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. 1 ball and 2 strike. One ball and 2 strikes. Throw back over to second base. Not in time. That was strike 3 to Antonio Cruz.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 36, Michael Peabody.
Michael Peabody, who was hit by a pitch, digs in now. He made it all the way to second during the bottom half of the third inning. Caleb Denny opened up the inning with a single. He then stole second. 4-2 ball game, 2 men down. High fastball. 1-0. One ball and no strikes. On the outer half. 1-1. One and one is slapped foul towards the left side. Here's the 1-2. On the outer half, the home plate umpire held his breath and held the call to the delight of the OC Riptide, but to the torture of the Academy Barons. The Academy thought it may have caught some of the outer black. Michael Peabody given another chance at life. Here's the 2-2 pitch from the right-hander. Hit right back up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman, Trent Anderson. Throw over to first in time to get him. Trent Anderson steps into the plate. It'll be Trent Anderson, Shani Ortiz, and Basil Williams. Pitch is fouled back. In there for a strike. It's now 0-2. Andrew Davis back on the mound for the Orange County Riptide. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slicing foul down the left field line. Stays in foul play to the fortune of the Orange County Riptide. More so Andrew Davis. 4-2 ball game. Top of the 5th inning. Wow, we're already in the top half of the 5th. Good pace of today's matchup. We'll get you an update on the NBA final score shortly. No balls and 2 strikes. Davis delivers the pitch. It's out the belt, 1-2. The Warriors and the Raptors, 83-80 ball game in favor of Golden State with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I referred to it as a ball game. I don't know if you use that phrase for basketball, but I so did it anyway. We set our own trends here in Irvine. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Trent Anderson. Shani Ortiz awaits on deck. 3 strikeouts in the game for the man on the mound. Pitch is slapped towards the left side. Trent Anderson. Good wood on the ball. Reaches on a single.
Now batting, number 7, Channing Ortiz.
Shani Ortiz now at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Basil Williams awaits on deck. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. Taylor made for 2 on to second for 1. On to first. Double play. 6-4-3. Not to mention that Carson Matthews didn't have the cleanest of transfers. He actually dropped the ball while trying to throw towards second, but he recovered in time. 2 men down in the inning. Basil Williams now at the plate. Williams had a sacrifice fly out on the 3rd inning, and he singled in the 1st. He takes the first pitch on the inner half for a strike. It's now 0-1. Tanner King warming up in the Orange County bullpen. 4-2 ball game, top of the 5th inning. On the inner half, it's called a strike. Now it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. It's out of play. We'll do it again. Jalen Hurd awaits on deck for the Barons. The sun is setting in Irvine, California. Beautiful evening for baseball. The winds have died down. A silhouette of the mountains hugging the outfield fence. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Remains to Basil Williams. Here's the 0-2. Pitch is in the dirt. Williams lays off. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. There he is. He does it all. Andrew Davis flips to the bag to the bottom of the 5th inning. Score remains 4-2 in favor of the Barons.
No errors and no men left on base.
Matthews.
Trevor Sutton now on the mound for the Barons in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Four to 2 ball game. The Barons up on top. Trevor Sutton out of Long Beach City College. Carson Matthews now at the plate. He'll be followed by Blake Evans hitting third. Connor Obie. Slider on the outside half. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch misses. It's 1-1. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blake Evans awaits on deck. The right-hander delivers. Outside fastball. It's now 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slider that swung on and missed for strike 3.
Now batting from Georgia Southern University, number 15, Blake Evans.
Now out of Georgia Southern, Blake Evans at the plate. Evans is 0 for 2 with the fielder's choice and a flyout. Pitch is on the inner half and in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. All tied up at 88 heading into the 4th quarter. Pitch is ripped out towards right field. Evans gave this one a pretty good ride. 2 men down. Nice play made in the outfield.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Obie.
Connor Obie now at the plate. Obie struck out in the 1st inning, tripled in the 3rd. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. 3-2 ball game. The Arroyo Seco Saints over Santa Barbara in the top half of the 6th inning. 0-1 is slapped towards the right side. The center fielder covers some good around, or more so the second baseman Trent Anderson, and that'll put an end to the inning. Bottom 6th, or top of the 6th we go, pardon me. 4-2 in favor of the Barons. Out of Seward County Community College, Tanner King takes the mound for the Orange County Riptide. He's out of Canyon, Texas, also attended Canyon High School. In 2019 for the Seward Saints, he made 16 appearances, 9-3 record, 82 innings pitched, 5.05 ERA. 1 ball and no strikes to Jalen Hurd of the Barons. Pitch misses for a ball. It's now 2-0. Christian Poche awaits on deck. Christian Lucille in the hole. The right-hander delivers a pitch on the outer half. It catches the black for a strike. It's now 3-1. Chopper towards the left side. The third baseman, Blake Evans, is there. Throw over to first. 1 away. Christian Poche digs into the plate now. He struck out in the 6th inning, then flew out towards center field in the 3rd. 6 hits, 4 runs for the Barons. 4 hits, 2 runs for the Riptide. Outside pitch and it misses, 1-0. Here comes the pitch, swung on, miss. It's now even at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hit out towards right center field. Connor Obi giving chase. Moving towards his left, makes the play, 2 men down. Now Christian Lucille steps into the box. Lucille's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a fly out towards left field. Kendall Pettis awaits on deck for the Academy. 4-2 ball game. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. Slider that runs inside. It's well located and called a strike. It's 0-1. Chopper towards the right side. It's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The big right-hander gets the sign. Tanner Keene delivers the pitch. Outside fastball that stays upstairs. It's now 1-2. Foul towards the left side and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 men down in the inning. Kendall Pettis on deck. We opened up the ball game with Colin Townsend as a 1-2, runs inside to even up the count at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the outer half. The triggered is pulled for strike 3, and bottom of the 6th inning we had to. 4-2 Barons. Dylan Rock steps into the plate now. Bottom of the 6th inning, 4-2 ball game. One ball and no strikes. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Stays up high, 2-0 now. Andre Anton waits on deck. Caleb Denny in the hole. Slider that breaks inside, well located. Now it's 2-1. So the home plate umpire giving the coaches of the Academy Barons a warning in regards to chirping on called balls and strikes. They're very discontent throughout the ball game, and it comes to no surprise for sure. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Slider foul towards the right side and out of play. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch has the bottom fall out of it for strike 3. Good pitch by Dylan Rock.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 30, Andre Anton.
Andre Anton now at the plate for the Tide. He doubled, then singled. Ground ball towards the left side. The shortstop is there. 2 men down. A loud and a live dugout for the Academy Barons. They are rallying behind their guys, hoping that they can continue on top and ultimately lead their squad to a victory tonight. Here comes the pitch. Slider on the inner half, called a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 to Andre Anton. Runs way inside. The count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Caleb Denny awaits on deck. Count even at 1 ball and a strike. 2 men down in the inning. Popped up towards the left side of the infield. Now onto shallow center field. Basil Williams unable to make the play. Standing on second with a 2-out error, Caleb Denny. See, I used to think that when the ball did not make any kind of contact with the glove, that it was called a hit, but I guess it's otherwise. Josh Solomon now at the plate. He has a pair of strikeouts. He's looking to avoid the sombrero. 4-2 ball game here in the bottom half of the 6th inning from Irvine, California. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the Orange County Riptide. Always a pleasure to bring you OC Riptide baseball via YouTube Live, as the first pitch is on the outer half and high for a ball. It's 1-0.
Line drive out to the left, right center.
Here's a 1-0 pitch, chopped towards the left side and out of play. The 1-1 pitch, slider tipped into the glove of Volante Hall. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count now to Josh Solomon. He's looking to avoid his third strikeout of the evening. The 1-2 pitch, slider on the outer half. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still some hollering and chirping coming from the Barron dugout. It's not only the coaches, but the players as well. They have already received the warning. Count even at 2. The right-hander gets the sign. Sut delivers. Slider swung on and missed for strike 3. Kendall Pettis digs in now in the top half of the 7th inning for the Barons. Nick Jones now on the mound for the Riptide. Jones, a left-handed pitcher. He's a mechanical engineering major at Georgia Southern University, also out of Johns Creek, Georgia. Here's the 0-1 pitch, hit towards the left side. It'll fall in for a leadoff single.
Now batting number 26, Alante Hall.
Alante Hall now steps into the plate. Pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes.
All right, Coach, settle down.
No, man, we've already passed.
1 ball and no strikes. No man down. Leading on the mound. We'll take a little bit of a short break here. Alante Hall now digs in with a runner aboard at first base and no man down. Masai Dorsey awaits on deck. Throw back over towards first. Sag applied at the shoulders of the runner, not in time. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It swung on and missed. Now it's even at 1-1. Throw back over towards first. One ball and one strike. Kendall Pettis leads off for first. The Academy Barons have made their presence felt here in Irvine, California. A very, very interactive first base dugout. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's 2-1 now, the count. That's on the outer half. Just misses off the black, pardon me. Now it's 3-1. The big left-hander delivers the pitch. It runs inside. It's called a strike. The count is full, 3-2. The left-hander, Tanner King on the mound, throws over towards first. And whenever he makes a pickoff attempt, the Baron dugout so sarcastically yells and cheers. The full count pitch swung on and missed on the outer half for strike 3. The Riptide come back with some cheers of their own.
Now batting number 3, Masai Dorsey.
Masai Dorsey now at the plate. Trent Anderson awaits on deck. Pitch is on the outer half for a ball. It's 1-0. Throw back over towards first. Once again, 1 ball and no strikes, and the sarcastic cheers persists here from the Barons. It's a good ball game for us. We're in the top half of the 7th inning. There goes the runner. Pitch is on the outer half. Throw down to second. Applied on the back. And what a spectacular throw. Josh Solomon, give yourself a cookie. Two men down in the inning. It's on the outer half. 3 balls and no strikes. It's now 3-1. Trent Anderson awaits on deck as the pitch is swung on and missed. It's now 3-2. The full count pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. That was a good throw. 7th inning stretch.
At the end, top of
Oh, it is the 7th inning.
Yeah, it is.
At
Right,
the
John?
end of
Let's
the
get
top.
up and stretch.
No run, 1 hit, no errors, and no men left on base. All right, fans, it's time to get up and stretch those legs because it's time for the 7th inning stretch.
All right.
Dave? Mo? How are you guys? Ball game. They don't look
I
happy.
don't have access into the account until tomorrow morning because since they were refunding the money, they
Cracker
were like
Jacks.
internal investigations.
I don't care
But,
if I ever
told me
get
that
back
some
on
sort
it.
of funds,
For the
from
Riptide!
just to call them and then they'll unlock the account.
Well,
So that's
one,
like from the day I have the money.
2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the... Alright, who do we got? Come on, Antonio Cruz.
No, Daniel Zhang is pitch hitting.
Doing something new.
You guys said right?
Yep.
Right. Your attention, please. Pinch hitting.
He's back.
Now pinch hitting from Notre Dame.
Daniel Jung leads things off here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Like all the action took place in the 3rd.
Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Hit out towards right center field. Basil Williams is there.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 36, Michael Peabody.
Michael Peabody, pardon me, digs in now. Carson Matthews awaits on deck. It's 1 ball and no strikes. It's now 1-1. Carson Matthews awaits on deck for the Riptide. 4-2 ball game here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The bottom falls out of the pitch. It's now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is chopped foul. One ball and 2 strikes as time is called between the catcher and the pitcher on the mound. Outside pitch. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're winding down in the NBA Finals. The Raptors with a 4-point lead with a little bit over a minute left. Two and 2 is on the outer half, taken for a ball. The count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game for Connor Obi. Or pardon me, that was actually
From BYU, number 5, Carson Matthews.
Michael Peabody. I beg your pardon. Matthews at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Singled in the first inning. 4-2 ball game here in the bottom half of the 7th. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-2. Inside fastball that stays high. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Barons. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Tide. Slider swung on and missed for strike 3. Boy, is that working nicely today for Trevor Sutt.
At the end of 7, no run.
Now batting, number 1, Trent Anderson.
Trent Anderson leads things off during the top half of the 8th inning for the Academy Barons. The Barons looking to add some insurance, the Riptide holding to keep them where they are. It'll be Trent Anderson, Shani Ortiz, and Basil Williams. One ball and no strikes. The left-hander delivers the pitch, slapped foul towards the right side. One ball and one strike. The Barons came into the match with a 4-2 record as the bunt is missed for a strike, 1-2. OC Riptide 4-2 and the Academy Barons 1-2. Slap towards the right side. It's a fouled ball. It hit off the pole behind the on-deck circle. Then the hitter on deck, Shani Ortiz, caught the ball with his bare hands. 1-2 the count. See a right-hander getting loose and warm with the bullpen for the Barons as the left-hander on the mound for the Riptide misses. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Josh Solomon.
Now batting, number 7, Shani Ortiz.
Shani Ortiz now given an opportunity at the plate. He's 1 for 3. Pitch is flied out towards right field. Dylan Rock is there, 2 men down.
Now batting, number 23, Basil Williams.
Basil Williams digs in. Singled in the first inning, had a sacrifice fly out in the third. Hit a comebacker to the pitcher in the 5th, and while things unravel on the mound, we'll take a short break. New pitcher on the mound for the Orange County Riptide. That's Noah Walker, right-handed pitcher, 6'4", 220 pounds. He is a sophomore out of Austin, Texas, and Bowie High School. Out of Texas State University. He did not see any action for the Bobcats in 2019, but he did in 2018, where he saw 5 appearances on the mound with a 2.70 ERA. No balls and 2 strikes now to Basil Williams. The big right-hander gets the sign. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the right side. The second baseman smothering stop to his feet. Throw over to first. What a play. Blake Evans, we'll see you later tonight. To the bottom of the 8th inning we go. 4-2, Barron. All right, so that is number 31 now on the mound for the Barons. We do not have him on our roster, therefore we cannot go ahead and give you more details as to who that young man is. But we can tell you who he will be facing at the plate here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. That'll be Blake Evans, Connor Obi, and Dylan Rock. 1-0 is on the outer half. The count is even at 1-1. Connor Obi awaits on deck. Dylan Rock in the hold. So 4-2 ball game. The Riptide have to chip away at the deficit. They need a runner on. Backhander stop by the third baseman. What a strong throw by Masai Dorsey. Wow. That young man's definitely got a good arm.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Obi.
Connor Obi digs in now to the plate. He struck out in the first inning. He then had an RBI triple in the third, then popped up towards second base in the 5th inning. Pitch is on the outer half for a ball. It's now 1-0. Connor Obi at the plate. Dylan Rock awaits on deck. Pitch on the inner half is swung on and missed. Now it's even at 1. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Barons. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Tide. Chopper towards the left side. The pitcher extends, reaches. What a play! Wow.
His name's
Elijah Pleasance coming off the mound. He's got to have an exceptional wingspan.
I'm not going to say it anymore.
The ball seemed to reach short. Elijah then reached for the ball and made a strong throw over to first base. Man, what a good athletic play by the young man on the mound. Pardon me. Dylan Rock now at the plate. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Now it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside fastball, strike 3. Caught him looking. Backwards K to end the inning. Top of the 9th. Our last goes at it.
At the end of it,
4-2 Barons. Jalen Hurd opens things up in the top half of the 9th inning for the Academy Barons. He'll be followed by Christian Poche and Christian Lucio. Soft grounder towards the right side. The second baseman is there, one away. Congratulations to the 2019 NBA Finals champions. The Toronto Raptors have won their first title in team history. Congratulations once again as well to the Golden State Warriors on a tremendous season. I mean, the fact that they have done this as if it was just a routine the last 5 years goes to show really the talent on their team. We wish Kevin Durant a speedy recovery, and I'm sure he'll be back and ready to conquer the NBA once he's given the opportunity. But seriously, congrats to the city of Toronto. Congrats to the entire country of Canada on being crowned champion. Well, as they say, baseball, now the floor is yours. We are all done with hockey. We're all done with basketball. We still have some MLS action going. It's 1-2 strikes. Football's already finished in itself. So far this year as champions, we have the New England Patriots, the Boston Bruins, and the Toronto Raptors. 1-2 strikes the count to Christian Poche. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Throw it around the horn. Josh Solomon. 2 men down in the inning. Christian Lucio now with an opportunity to extend the inning for the Barons. They're down, or not down, but they're up by 2 runs, and I'm sure they would greatly appreciate any sense of insurance that they can bring across the plate tonight. Righty on lefty matchup. Here comes the pitch. It swung on and missed. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from the big right-hander from Georgia Southern. He misses on the outer half for a ball. 1 strike. Inside pitch. It's now 2-1. It was a 6:30 p.m. start time for today's ball game. We are way ahead of schedule. Pitch hits off the catcher's mitt and goes away from him. It's 3-1 now the count. Nick Jones is no longer on the mound, actually, because he's a left-hander. It's Noah Walker, yes, now on the mound for the Riptide. As the last hitter, Christian Lucio, works out a walk.
Number 15, Kendall Pettis.
Noah Walker out of Texas State. Hits the outer half for a strike. Four-two ball game, top of the 9th inning. The Barons up in front. Swung on and missed. Throw back over towards first, not in time. No balls and 2 strikes now. The count to Kendall Pettis at the plate. A bluff by the runner. You heard the middle infielder say, step off, step off. Pitch out, nothing going. The 1-2, another pitch out, still nothing going on. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 1 man on, 2-run lead for the Barons. There goes the runner, chopper towards the right side. The play is made. To the bottom of the 9th we go. The Orange County Riptide. 2 runs away from tying up the ball game, 3 runs away from taking the W. Let's see what they have in store for us tonight. So Arroyo Seco defeated the Santa Barbara Foresters 4 runs to 3.
Andre Antone.
But here we go. It's the bottom half of the 9th inning. 2 runs down. Let's see what happens. Andre Antone leads things off for the Riptide. 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Andre Antone, Caleb Denny, and Josh Solomon this half inning for Orange County. 2 runs away from tying it up and continuing the ball game. 3 runs away from sealing it up and sending us home with a W. Chopper towards the left side. The third baseman, he has a strong arm. Throw over to first is way over the first baseman's head. Antone reaches on an error. E5.
We haven't had a lot of errors tonight.
Now batting from the University of Arkansas, number 14, Caleb Denny.
Out of the University of Arkansas, Caleb Denny now at the plate.
Yeah, park it right now. Come on.
If we win today, we'll be sitting atop of the CCO alone, but if we do lose, we'll be tied with the Royal Sequel for first place. Tying run now at the plate in Caleb Denny. No balls and 1 strike. We'll be traveling to Arroyo Seco tomorrow to face off the Saints on their turf. 1 ball and 1 strike to Denny. Josh Solomon awaits on deck. The big right-hander gets the sign, delivers a 1-1 pitch. Big hack. He comes up empty. Now it's 1-2.
We haven't gotten a hit since the 3rd inning.
Chopper towards the right side. It'll fall into right field. Rounding the bag on his way towards third is Andre Antone. He'll get there standing. Runners on the corners with no men down for the Tide.
Now pinch hitting from the University of Miami, Chad Crosby.
Chad Crosby, the pinch hitter for Josh Solomon. Tying run on first, a winning run at the plate, no men down. 4-2 ball game in favor of the Barons.
Knock it out of here. Let's just take everybody happy.
Clemente Bonilla will decide to pinch run for the runner at first base, Caleb Denny. Chris Aubert will take Denny's place.
Now pinch running, Chris Abort.
We'll try to get that runner to second somehow.
Chad Crosby at the plate. Would love to be the hero in tonight's matchup, but simply what he has to do is keep the line moving.
Yep.
Pitch is tipped off the catcher's glove. It's 0-1.
It's a nice line drive. The right center would be okay all the way to the fence.
Here's the 0-1 throw back over towards first. We know how aggressive Clemente Bonilla is with runners on. Would he take the risk and send Chris Aubert? Well, who knows? And Don, his longtime friend next to me, our scoreboard operator, said, quote, he would, unquote.
That's both ways.
Throw back over towards first, not in time. Andre Antone on third. Chris aboard at first. Chad Crosby pinch hitting for Josh Solomon at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Chopper towards the right side. The second baseman flips to second for 1. On to first, no throw. The Riptide do score 1 on the play.
Now batting from Notre Dame, number 11, Daniel Jung.
Daniel Jung now at the plate out of Notre Dame University. He's 0 for 3 today with a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out towards center field.
Snuck it out of the park here, man.
The right-hander delivers a pitch. Outside fastball, called the ball. 1-0. We've seen that home plate umpire give that call quite a few times tonight, but we'll take it, especially here in the bottom of the 9th inning, down by a run.
Hit the scoreboard.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Big hack there by Daniel Jung. He comes up empty. Chad Crosby aboard at first base. He represents the tying run for Orange County. Jung at the plate, the winning run. Jung is tied for the team lead in home runs with 2. Here's the 1-1, fouled back towards the netting. And into the hands of Michael Peabody on the on-deck circle, who barehands it off the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Daniel Jung. Michael Peabody awaits on deck. On first base, Chad Crosby. We're down by a run. Let's get a win. The right-hander delivers. Outside fastball. Strike 3. Jung chirping at the home plate umpire. But to be quite honest with you, down by a run, with your back's against the wall at 2 strikes, you don't want to go ahead and lay off a pitch on the outer black. Michael Peabody now with an opportunity to play the hero. He was hit by a pitch and made it all the way to second in the 3rd inning. He then grounded out towards second base in the 4th, struck out in the 7th, takes a high fastball. It's 1-0. Isn't it something how the game of baseball works? Coming into the ballgame, you expected the team who was in first place, the Orange County Riptide, to be on top here in the 9th inning, but it's actually the team who is all the way at the bottom, the Academy Barons, holding the lead. The Riptide riding a 3-game winning streak, the Barons riding a 2-game losing streak. Here's the 1-0. Fastball is swung on and missed. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Or check that, it's 1-1, pardon me. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, now it's 1-2. The Riptide down to their final strike. Michael Peabody is giving everyone here at the stadium sweaty palms. The Academy Baron dugout ready to explode. The pitcher on the mound steps off the rubber. The right-hander gets the sign. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that is the end of the ball game. The final line for today's matchup: 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Barons. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Riptide. Orange County drops a tough one. And now there's chirping between both ends of the dugouts. The Academy Barons, due to the talking, now feel the necessity to go ahead and showboat their victory. Some players still, coming out of the dugout for the Riptide.
At the end of the 9,
Will anything else unravel?
The final score for tonight's match.
Looks like that's a no. Well, that's good. Keep violence off the field. We thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. Jonathan Ortiz signing off for the Orange County Riptide. We'll be right back here next week. Make sure to join us then. I'll give you that game and its specifics shortly.
2 hours.